they need to make sure they don't use losing Van Dijk as a crutch. You know, if the players go around and the staff are always going, well, if we had Van Dijk or if we had Alisson, you can't be like that. If you do that, then you're going to sink.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up, Stevie.
Whenever you lose a player, regardless of who it is, you have to get rid of it, forget it, and move on. Because if you don't, then you will be in trouble.
It was quite the opposite, Stephen, from what we saw in the press conference before this game. Klopp very dour about the whole situation. Wijnaldum saying we're still all devastated. It was kind of reminiscent to when Neymar got injured in the World Cup before Brazil got thrashed by Germany. Yeah. But you look at it, Stevie, and it's almost an excuse on a plate, isn't it?
Aye. No, you can't do that. You know, after the game when he gets injured and then you find out, then okay, you say, all right, we're going to miss him. But then you move on. You don't start. Crying's probably not the right word, but you don't start bringing these things up when you're preparing for a game. You know, unfortunately, Van Dijk is not available. And as much as you don't like it, you got to forget about him. Put him to the side. And that's the professional way and the only way to do it. Because if you don't, then exactly what you brought up about Neymar is going to happen. Everybody's going to be looking for a crutch and an excuse. And tell you, football players will look for a crutch and an excuse. I've seen it too many times. So they better move on quickly or else they will be sinking.
Don't start going about with all these T-shirts to feel sorry for Virgil van Dijk. Next time we see them on the field. We've seen that kind of nonsense with the modern-day player. Sure, it's not going to happen at Liverpool. But Stevie's right. We've played in team. We've played with players who... And let's not... Feel sorry from's the wrong thing. We've played with players that have had challenges that's ended their career, right? There's been many of them. You know, Paul Elliott played at Anfield and there was the challenge with Dean Saunders. Went to court. He never played again. His knee was hanging. That's the kind of people you feel sorry for when your career's cut short. It's happened to many a player. We hope Van Dijk, like all the players that get injured, is going to be fine. Well, just go backtracking that because it wasn't on at the weekend. How the hell did they miss that? I mean, that tackle on that challenge was a disgrace. And I heard a conversation on another channel back in the UK. I'm not going to mention names about, well, you know, should the best referees be back at Stockley Park now when they're making these decisions? What the hell referee sitting in VAR in the booth in Stockley Park looked at that challenge and didn't think to alert Michael Oliver that it was a red card? I mean, this is just incredible. I know I've gone off on a different tune here, but that challenge on him in the first place was a shambles from Jordan Pickford. However, you can't do anything about it now. Liverpool just have to pick themselves up. We know they're more vulnerable than they've been in the last, 24 months or so. You can see that in them, and they're going to have to get through this period.
Craig, as you're on it, and it's the first time we've had the proper opportunity to talk about it, we discussed a lot about the punishment that maybe Jordan Pickford should face. What do you think, retrospectively, if it was possible?
No, I don't think so, because I think that's a dangerous road to go down with challenges. It had to be dealt with at the time. If there's an elbow in somebody's nose or somebody's jaw off the ball, that's violent conduct. I mean, that one would go down as excessive force. And it was just a horrible, high, mistimed challenge. But I think if we go back and retrospectively referee all of those things, I think that's a dangerous game. What's more worrying, Dan, is that some clown, and I've used that word a lot over the last 18 months with referees, and I think referees have got a tough job. But I am absolutely amazed at some of the challenges that have gone to Stockley Park and nothing's been done about it. And it's just worrying that people, professional people in important positions, are looking at a knee-high, leg-breaking, career-ending challenge and say, nothing to see here, game on. However, that being said, I would not be looking to re-referee personally that situation. That should have been dealt with on Saturday.
Where does this put Liverpool's title defence, Craig?
Well, clearly, if you've got a missing goalkeeper and the best centre-half in world football out of your team for, it could be months, then it's going to be a huge problem. But we've already seen City, who I had down as league winners, and I'm not changing. They're fallible, and they've not started great. And neither have the chasing pack. So actually, as I said earlier, if they can get themselves through this period, then they might not be in a bad position, because I've really been surprised the way some of the others have started, and I think that's taken a little bit of pressure off Liverpool. But listen, if they can win the league with missing a couple of their most important players for potentially 6 months of the season, I'll tip my cap to them, because that'll be a hell of an achievement.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.